Hi boys and girls, this is Show with another video. Quick rebranding. I've switched it up to Show just because it kind of reminds me of Sochaux, if anyone knows Ligue 1, French team, and obviously it has my initials, so Show. So that's it. So we're sticking with that from now. So yeah, apologies. But anyway, massively hilarious news. Did a video yesterday, obviously on the Cristiano Ronaldo going to City. Thought that looked inevitable from everything that we'd heard around, the knowledgeable people around transfers on Twitter and things like that. And then the fact that I've just come back from Chester, I was out today, and then the moment I popped back, phone's going crazy with the Cristiano Ronaldo story, and he's back to Old Trafford. Absolute madness. Fabrizio Romano, like I say, you always go to him for sort of go-to transfer news. He's just confirmed it all, as every other outlet has now. Apparently, Manchester United will pay €15 million with €8 million in add-ons as a fee to Juventus for Cristiano. Got to be around €20 million guaranteed to Juventus, as some add-ons are easy, in quotations. Apparently Paul Pogba was never discussed as part of negotiation with Juve. He is staying. That wasn't in discussion. I think everyone knew that Pogba was staying at this point, and he's just going to run his contract down, and then we'll see next summer. Probably depends on how United do on the pitch. But yeah, in regards to Cristiano Ronaldo, absolute madness. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of speechless with it because I wasn't negative, but I was a bit like that we don't need him and that type of thing on the first video, and I'm still very much in that camp. But obviously, it's a lot nicer knowing that he has not joined Man City, and his legacy at Manchester United hasn't been tarnished with anyone else. It arguably kind of reaffirms his legendary status at the club. Hopefully, he can bring another trophy back to Manchester United. But even if he didn't, I think the fact that he's not made that step of joining City, especially during a successful spell at Man City, it's a little bit different when we think about other Man United players that have joined City, like Peter Schmeichel being sort of the main one. And Owen Hargreaves is another, that type of thing. City, under Owen Hargreaves, City were pretty good, but he was injury prone, was a bit part player. I think I only remember him scoring one absolute worldie in a cup match for City. But other than that, his injuries, kept him in and out. Wasn't overly utilised, and so no great sort of animosity there in that sense. And then Peter Schmeichel, that was a weird one, and I think I don't think people are that bothered anymore. I think and it's mainly, like I say, down to the fact that City were irrelevant at that point. If we're being perfectly honest, at least in the scheme of the honours at the end of the season, that type of thing. So yeah, this one would have been rough for a lot of United fans, for Ronaldo to go and join City at a time, like I say, where they expect to have continued success at the despite Manchester United, and the fact that he could have won the Champions League and then gone down as a United legend, a City legend, should I say, because of that. So yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. Come on. I'm proper pleased by that. But yeah, just to kind of reiterate the point though from the last video in terms of from a United perspective though, this deal, it strikes me as a bit of the Glazers are pandering to the United fans a bit. The other transfers that we've made, they're marquee, but I don't personally see them as the kind of the pandering, the kind of where you give the number 7 shirt to Edinson Cavani late in the window, that type of thing, where that you've missed out on earlier targets. I think Varane, we know what pedigree he brings to the club in terms of 4 Champions League trophies. He's also I think he's been in 14 finals, I think I've heard, and he's not lost a single one, which is a mental record there. So, but the main thing he brings to United, other than experience winning, is pace at the back. And so his pace would allow United to push further forward, push the wing backs on. And we know Shaw already does that, but sometimes that could be at the detriment of the rest of the defence because we don't have the pace to cover him. Whereas now, I'd expect his effectiveness as it continued in the second half of the last season to just keep going forward and developing from there, reinforced by the fact that Varane can cover those spaces in behind. We might see an improvement in Wan-Bissaka's attacking play as well because of that. And we know how Maguire's best attribute is, other than sort of heading defensively from the box, is to carry the ball, amazing carrier of the ball. So he's going to commit people to him, pop it off to players left and right in space after he's drawn the opposition player to him. But the issue is, obviously, if we do end up losing the ball in that phase of play, Lindelof was behind him, a lack of pace, a lack of physicality. Rafael Varane certainly complements Maguire a lot better. So that was one, marquee, but like I say, definitely an effective transfer that we wanted, a number one target. And then Jadon Sancho, one of my favourite young players, just even when he was just leaving City, really, heard about him then. He's just... He has the ability, a bit like Jack Grealish, to kind of suck everybody to him, holds onto the ball a little bit longer, which, I know that rubs up some people the wrong way. They like, certain coaches as well, they like everyone sort of pass and move, and doing things at pace. But when you've got dribbling talent like Grealish and Sancho have, you want to utilise that. You want to suck players towards you and then have the vision, and that's what those two bring. And Sancho, I think that's a lot of fans maybe around the country that maybe want to tell United fans that, look, he's not all that. I think the biggest thing about Jadon Sancho is that he has this ability to pick passes out. He's an incredible passer. And I'm not talking about like sprayed passes around the pitch from any kind of distance. It's those little cute pullbacks, the little slip balls through. If balls from the byline cut back at just the right time to the right option that's coming into the box, he is brilliant at that. And to bring balance to United's attack, which is predominantly just going down the left all the time, very easy to defend against the right hand side. Teams were just like willing us to use the right hand side because they knew it wasn't much of a threat. That would be gone. Now, the point is that do you need a focal point in all of that? And that focal point, as I mentioned in the previous video, would be a combination of either one time Greenwood, another time Edinson Cavani. And Cavani was his movement's incredible, perfect number 9, and an ageing force similar to Ronaldo in that sense. Now, at their point in their career previously, Ronaldo had a lot more to his game. When he was at United originally, played off the left-hand side, and then when he got more sort of goal hungry, he would then drift towards the middle, and then Rooney, he was the one that out of the three, certainly kind of from about 06 to 09, would play out on the left, and Ronaldo would be accommodated more, just to kind of have a free roll through the middle. And then on the right hand side. So like this time it's going to be completely different. He's going to be more of a box player, airily great, got to be sniffing out those sort of dirty goals, and knowing Ronaldo, from a fan's perspective, and how I believe he's desperate to cement himself as the greatest, and like I said, certainly at least the greatest goal scorer. He's not going to take this opportunity lightly. He's not just joining United, just for a swan song. He's doing it because he wants to bring some glory back to Manchester United. Like I say, cement his legendary status more at the club. And I think not joining City now is certainly ingratiated himself back into the good books of United fans around the world. So whether he's going to be as serviceable as we want him to, that's yet to be seen. Obviously, I mean, I would hope he would just have a slightly better effect than Cavani. That was probably the pressure I'd put on him, is just to be as effective, if not slightly more effective, as Cavani was last season. I mean, other people will just be thinking, oh, we've guaranteed goals. He's gonna bag us 30 goals, and we know what incredible shape Cristiano keeps himself in. I would not write him off doing something like that. It would be a bit ridiculous to do that. But at the same time, I don't think he was the key signing at this point. I think, like I say, it was a bit more to stop City from doing the deal, and like I say, make the fans feel a bit better about the ownership at the club, which is still teetering and on thin ice, I would say, with a lot of the fans. I mean, one sort of false move, and I think we might see sort of more similar actions as to was previously, like during the Liverpool game last season, potentially. So we'll see with this one, because obviously next season we will need a number 9. Now, whether that takes us out the Erling Haaland race, yet to be seen. I don't know how I feel about it at this point. We'll just have to let it play out, really. I think. I just think it wasn't the number 1 target we need at this point. What we needed, as I've mentioned before, is a defensive midfielder, because Varane brings us balance, allows us to do more things tactically. Sancho brings us balance, and we're still at an imbalance, which is in midfield. High presses, like I say, poor under pressure, poor from receiving the ball from out the back, poor at linking play to our key creators in Bruno and Pogba at the right times, lack of vision maybe to spring a pacey winger going forward. We're having to use our centre-backs to do that. You'll notice whenever you watch United, it's Maguire and Lindelof that are ones that are actually picking out the attacking line. It's not anyone from the deep side of midfield, whether that be Matic, McTominay or Fred. And like I said, I don't want to dip too far into the midfield conundrum. I just think Ronaldo, that'll be a video for another day, and I'm sure I'll do it because it is an interesting topic about which one we should sign at United. But just crazy like 24 hours. I mean, the window it's been like, I would say fantastic in terms of talking points, but very, very weird, like unnervingly weird. The fact that like Messi's left Barcelona, even Ronaldo coming back to United is very strange. I do think the ship had sailed, so very, very bizarre. But much happier place right now than I was 24 hours ago. And like I say, I've always been someone that be positive, hope for the best, and as we all know, as football supporters, it's usually the hope that kills you. All right, so that's me signing off for this evening. But I'll be back with another video. Like I say, I think I'll probably cover the defensive midfield situation at United. Please like, share and subscribe. If you've got any topics I'd like to cover, throw it in the comments or anything like that. Be happy to do it or look into it, certainly. And like I say, thanks for listening, and take care.